Hello, I'm Alison Price and welcome to my studio, 391. I share the studio with 4 other wonderful artists. My work is abstract expressionist. That's the category I seem to fit in the best. It's emotionally driven work. It's how I feel about people's spirits, their souls, their energy, and environments that they've been placed in. Whether it's a grieving situation or a joyous situation, I pick up on that and I translate that on my canvases. And primarily I do this using color, texture, using different kinds of fractured techniques, as well as lots and lots of glaze in my paint. I try to create things that are beautiful and powerful and respect people. For example, one piece, Grief, is something that fell off my fingers, so to speak, when I had gone to a friend's grandmother's house and she was being put into a nursing home and people were haggling over her things. And so when I went home, I started painting Grief immediately, and it's about the 2 faces of grief we have. We have a public face that we put on and then a very private face. One of my more recognizable works in the studio currently is the Stone Arch Bridge and Minneapolis at Night. And this piece started out more as a frustration piece. It's a very long canvas, 60 inches by 20. And I had it originally vertically, and it was a flower scene starting, and I got so frustrated with the size of the canvas that I decided to paint one of my favorite walks in Minneapolis, which is on either side of the Mississippi River. Another one of my bridge series, I should have mentioned that before, I do love to paint the Mississippi, Minnesota, St. Croix areas emotionally, and this is about the energy of the Twin Cities, about how things are going back and forth rapidly, the beauty of the blueness of Minneapolis, and then the gold limestone of St. Paul. This painting is known as Comfort, and you might notice it's a little different than my other work up here. It's more of a swirling aspect, and that again has to do with the hug that the souls are getting from each other. I think circular motion and that warm feeling is better described with this kind of brush stroke. My very first memory is of me, again, under a glass table at my parents' house, and I must have been just a toddler, looking up through the bubbled glass and seeing the chandelier flicker through it. And I was just fascinated with that. Always have been fascinated with petroleum on puddles, prisms, any kind of fractured light source has always been a source of inspiration for me. When someone decides to give a piece that I've created a home, it is a bittersweet experience because I am personally attached to my work. It's an emotionally based work, but knowing that it's going into a loving family is, it makes it very satisfying for me. And as most artists here in the Northrup King building, we are really reasonably priced. You can get a high quality, beautiful piece of art created by a local artist, as well as meeting the person that's created it and understanding the story about the work and what the inspiration source was and how the piece was created. And should a piece go home with a family, it really makes my heart happy.